Sun mini meal, which for some reason when I saw the mini meal word for so long, I was like mini meal. Like I didn't realize it just said mini meal because I don't even understand why it's called that or who they are really. But they have launched this method with Banxa over the last week. We've seen them in posting about it for a while. Hex Scout has really jumped on board with them and has been posting about it a lot as well. I think it's Hex Scout.
Yeah.
So they launched it officially on Monday. Another huge thing that happened at the beginning of this week for a new direct connection from the bank account to crypto. I sent you a number of their posts. I don't know which is the most appropriate to use, but we can just kind of skim through this. So they say explain. Whoop. I was going to kind of read how the Banxa launch benefits PulseChain. On Monday the 5th, our partner Banxa will enable direct purchases of our token Soil. So just like Coast, there is I assume that's like a stable coin, right? They're not stable though, I don't think.
No, it's not stable.
Kind of like Coast.
Well, no, not at all, because it's not even close to. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, we'll get to it. Banxa's widget allows users to buy cryptocurrency within minutes, offering a range of payment methods, including bank transfer, credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and more. Soil runs on PulseChain. By enabling Soil purchases, Banxa is making it possible for customers to acquire a PulseChain-based asset instantly. No bridging or complex steps required. Each time you purchase Soil, the Pulse Coin List bot will automatically send a Pulse to your wallet, enabling you to interact with your new Soil tokens. That leaves you with two simple options. Hold, read more about Soil if you want to hold the token, or swap, instantly trade your Soil for any other asset on PulseChain via Piteus. The integration dramatically simplifies onboarding to PulseChain. What used to take hours, days, or even weeks, I guess so sometimes, now takes just minutes. Why this? I mean, either way, it's quicker. Why this partnership is a game changer. Fees starting as low as 1%. Purchase limits up to 30,000 euros daily and 150,000 monthly. Decentralized liquidity sourcing powered by a Piteus, eliminating the risk of centralized hacks or theft. We're thrilled to bring this innovation to PulseChain. This marks the beginning of an exciting journey. So, yeah, tell me a little bit more about the Soil thing, I guess. And we did see a comment here.
Then we can share
7 cents or something.
Yeah, so it's not. First of all, it's not a stable coin at all. It was just a way to get a token on PulseChain. Now, not long after it launched, Richard made a post that he has since deleted for some reason. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he definitely deleted it.
But he was basically saying that you can't list stale prices on your website, and they're not accurate. So there were people taking advantage of the price discrepancy. I don't know what kind of API they had. The feed was wrong. And then not long after that, they Hex Scout came out and said temporarily trading suspension due to quality and compliance. A few hours post launch, project wait, where are we at here? The Fiat Direct on-ramp Banxa officially launched for PulseChain. They identified unexpected discrepancies, particularly regarding spread handling that conflict with prior contractual agreements. So I don't know if this has been relaunched or not, but the problem was that the price that was listed on the site was not the price that was listed on Piteus. So people were buying things and then getting upset that that's not the price that they were buying it for. So you couldn't get this Soil token and then straight to PulseChain with a even spread because the prices were so different. And they had to get all of that ironed out. So that's essentially what happened. I haven't seen an update. This was on what day was this on? This was yesterday at 8 in the morning. So not long after it came out, it didn't last long that obviously they realized there was a problem. There were people taking advantage of it, arbitraging the hell out of it, and taking advantage of the situation. So they had to pull it. And I really think that's what's happening. They were buying it on one for the better price, selling it over here or the other way around. They were selling it for the better price, and taking advantage of the spread. So yeah, a great idea, but again, you're buying a token instead of just launching. I don't know why they didn't just launch PulseChain on their app. Um, Obviously, they paid to have it listed, so they wanted to list their token. So, I mean, obviously, that's why, no doubt about it. But then they were trying to give a fast, easy way to have a token already that
Hmm.
was on PulseChain that you could just switch right into then for whatever token you wanted. So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
that's what happened. The spread was way off. People were taking advantage of it. As with anything, you've got to make sure that there's some sort of mechanism in place to keep them together. You, especially if you're going to list it on a website that's not really tied to an exchange, you've got to have an API feeding that price feed, um, that's accurate, so that people
Hmm.
aren't able to take advantage of it too much.
Why do you think RH deleted the post? Like maybe that they, I don't know. I mean, they were brand new, and it seems like they may have gotten out in front of it pretty quickly. I mean, I don't think it was. I don't know if it was totally scathing, but he didn't mention who he was talking about. I mean, he just mentioned
He
it,
didn't.
and yeah, then
He didn't.
mysteriously deleted it later.
Well, I think maybe it was a heads up to say, hey, here's what something's going on. I don't want to
Yeah.
call it out. I don't want to bring a lot of attention to it unless you really know about it.
Hmm.
I think he was doing them a favor to say, there's an issue here, guys. You might want to get that fixed. So,
Yeah, and then they did and paid attention to it, and he got rid of it. So that was pretty good,
but
actually.
but because of what it was, he didn't want to see them take a bath either. They were doing what they thought was a good thing to help people get onto the chain. I don't think he
Right.
wanted to, he didn't want to insult them or come off as anything other than, hey, here's what's going on. You might want to address this. And
Yeah.
then once they paused it, then he had no reason to keep that post up anymore.
Yeah. Well, either
So
way, another new way to get from your bank account directly
yeah,
onto PulseChain. I mean, we have two really firing up here. I've yet to use this. Obviously, it's only been out a couple of days, but as we know, these things sometimes have to be around for a while before people
sure.
really, really start to get into them. And I didn't do Coast for the longest time, and then started to, and got familiar with it, and then you never look back. So I'm glad to have these guys aboard. I'm glad they have this product out there now, and it's cool to see just more growth and more easier ways to get into the ecosystem. So
Yeah.
very good.
And it was a Hex Scout does go on to say it was a Banxa problem, not Sun.
That's what I
So
thought. Yeah.
yeah, it was a problem with the provider, and yeah, I just hope they get it fixed. Listen, the more ways we have to get into the chain, the better. Obviously, we want as many ways as possible for people to come in, and anybody that's willing to put some money and marketing out there to help that happen, you got to give them a little bit of credit. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to see it.
I agree.